Hi, I'm Faith Dalzell. And I'm Zach Dalzell. We're at the Charleston Harbor where the first shots of the Civil War were fired 150 years ago to the day. The Citadel cadets at the Military College of Charleston, South Carolina, are reenacting this event. We're here to start the Scholastic's coverage of the 150th anniversary of the Civil War.
Back from the streets of flying Fort Sumter.
Why do you think it is so important to reenact this event 150 years later?
Well, this event is an important part of Citadel history, the Corps Cadets. The Citadel was founded in 1842 as a military institution, and this is one of our pivotal moments. The governor ordered us out here 150 years ago because the cadets were the best trained in artillery and infantry tactics. The cadets in their junior and senior year received instruction on artillery employment and the theory of gunnery, and they were the best trained ones in Charleston to man the cannons. And they were out here with other militia units that were infantry support, but it was the cadets' responsibility to man the cannons and ultimately fire on the Star of the West. The command to fire was given by the school superintendent, Major Peter F. Stevens.
What do you think people should learn from today's event?
That history is worth commemorating. A lot of historians or a lot of Citadel people believe these were the first shots of the Civil War. This was the first pivotal moment that occurred after the South kind of seceded, and the actual, most historians would call the first shots of the Civil War occurred at Fort Sumter on April 12th. What this event here did was prevent 200 extra troops and supplies landing on Fort Sumter. It would have enabled Major Anderson to hold out much longer.
What was the historical value of this event to you as a Civil War expert?
We're out here with the cadets, part of the Citadel's Military Living History Society, and it's part of our practical leadership lab out in the field. We teach them how it was like 150 years ago, how to live in the field, how to operate the cannons. It's teamwork that operates those cannons, and as infantry, and enables them to exercise their leadership skills.
As part of the reenactment, the Citadel cadets camped out on Morris Island. They camped out in the camp similar to the one that the other Citadel cadets camped out in 150 years ago. They used the same materials and spent the night. How was it to spend the night on Morris Island?
It was interesting. Just tried our best to stay on the wind, but other than that, it was like normal any other reenactment where we camped out.
Can you please describe how your uniform feels and how it's different than the uniform you wear today?
Well, this uniform is actually the wool of the period where you can actually feel the wool. If you look, the uniform is very, very similar to the ones we wear today. For the most part, the uniform has changed very, very little in the last 150 years.
Do you think it is important for our nation to reflect on this divisive moment in our nation's history?
Yes, because it affects every single one of us. If you have lived in America, you have heard about the Civil War, and it's part of our history, and you can never forget our history.
What do you think was the most historically accurate part of this reenactment?
The most accurate thing is being right here on this island, actually where it happened, the wind blowing, it's cold, but this gives you a real feeling of how it may have been to have been a soldier and a cadet out here 150 years ago.
What might have been the most common reaction on the Star of the West when the Citadel cadets started firing on the ship?
Well, the most important reaction was that the ship turned around and went back. And real hostilities did not take place yet. No one died over it, so that's the most important part.
I'm Zach. And I'm Faith. And we're signing off from the Scholastic coverage of the 150th anniversary of the Civil War.